So.
Huh. I know, they're so fit. I know. Regular dressage horses need to get on board. Exactly. And they're like, I have to go out again? Yeah. Sometimes you gotta go out again. So tell me a little bit about the collection in the canter. Because what I would love to give you is the feeling that you can ride inside the canter. That's what I kind of call that. Like she's got, and you had a couple of moments where all of a sudden it was like, I'm asking you, and she's like, I'm answering, and then sometimes she breaks the trot and she's like, whoa, I can't keep that.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit about how you would approach that in your aids.
So the way I've been kind of working on it is just really focusing on keeping the swing in my seat so she knows, okay, we're still cantering, but then I really collect it more from my leg. Like I try to not do anything in the front. I might half halt from time to time just to say, yeah, we got to come back. But it's more where I bring my leg back a little bit and just kind of a little tickle as I kind of sit deeper with my seat to say, come back and sit.
Who taught you
And
this?
so,
She's humble. No, she knows more than she. Yeah, she knows a lot.
I love it. That's like the best answer I've ever gotten about that question.
Wow. For 2 different trainers. Did you tell her?
No, that didn't come out.
Who did you ride with?
I rode with Jennifer Marchand and clinicked with a few people while I worked for her, and then I worked for Ilse Schwartz for a month.
Great.
Which was great. That was fun. I still do night check for her.
That's awesome.
On Mondays.
And she got a complimentary lesson from Allie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that made my life.
Oh, you are? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very
that
cool.
was fun. Yeah, she's gonna come out again probably before she leaves. So I'm
Yeah, we
excited.
just had dinner last night.
Yeah.
She's one of my best friends.
Yeah, that's what she was saying one time.
Yes, because how you answered that, I love it, because what's the biggest issue that always happens? The horse freaking breaks the trot, you know? And it's like there's this, and we call it on how to keep the canter in the seat, which is a little bit what we worked on with the swivel of the seat, where you're like cantering, and it's like, so this is like the canter, you know, and like this is trot, you know, trot swings way more obviously diagonal and really straight in the horse's body, and because canter is the only naturally bent gait, then it's so much more like the body is already differently positioned on her body versus like how you are at the trot. Like now you're in the right lead canter, so you're automatically like swiveled in your body. And so there's this power that like as you want to like mince her down into the collection, I use a lot of knee when I ride, and that's part of my half halt. And so I like hug her a little bit like the idea of a rein back, and I like hug the side, and yet I keep this like inside shoulder and seat bone like cantering, which helps quicken my inside seat bone so that she knows to keep cantering.
Okay.
So why don't you just come out here and let's do maybe the right lead first, because that's the little bit easier side.
Yeah, and I think it's probably partially her, but I also know I have a harder time going left.
Yeah.
I'm more comfortable in the right lead.
Yeah. We all have a side that we like and feel better in.
Yep.
But first, let's just do a couple of halt rein backs, and just to kind of like feel, like where do my legs go on her side when I want her to rein back? Because that shift of weight, I want you to think about riding the rein back inside of the canter. Good.
Easy.
Good.
Good girl.
Good. One more time. Just so that she also gets familiar of like, oh, there's different nerve endings that, you know, thousands of horses and thousands of riders, you know, hundreds of years ago already went through all this, and then it became the book of the aids, you know, of like, oh, interesting. On 10 out of 10 horses, whenever I put my legs back, they rein back.
Yeah.
So there's a nerve ending that like hits when your legs hit in a certain spot. The horse like sinks under behind and collects themselves. One of the biggest things also with people who are like, he's so behind my leg. I'm like, Well, that's because your legs are too far back. Like, that's totally gene on domino every day. Well, that's because your legs are so far back. You're teaching them to do that. Like, you're telling them, like, that is the natural response. That's the Piaffe aid. That's the rein back aid. You know, that's the collected canter aid. And so they're like, I can't get it to go forward. I'm like, slide your leg
telling
forward
it to
and
go
kick
back.
it in the elbow. Then it will go forward, you know. And so
Yeah.
because of the different weight it makes in the seat bones and all of that. So let's go into a little canter. We're just going to spiral down and do some canter walks and walk canters a little bit on this right side. On the bit, sit her through that. Right to the back, right to the back, left to the back, left to the back, right to the back. And think about lifting up her abdominal muscles with your right calf. Yes. Yes. And right seat bone, left seat bone, right seat bone. Yes. Good. That she draws down a little bit more onto that right rein. Good. Good. Yes. Yes. Low and playful on the outside rein. Good. And prepare to walk and think sliding your legs back. Doesn't matter. Good. Halt. Halt and just show her what you want. Rein back. This is the shift of the weight. Good.
Good girl.
And canter. Very good. On the bit, on the bit, on the bit. Legs on her side, legs on her side. Hug her into the hug, hug, hug. Yes, because you have to somehow, with the hug of your leg, have her bend her hocks. Good. Yes. And now a 10-meter circle there. And feel like you can slide your legs back and hug her a little bit. And just see, could I shift your weight back to the hind legs? Yes. Yes. That's all right. That was good girl. And then do that again, and then use that tap her a little bit on the top of the croup. Hind leg.
Whoop.
Hug, hug. Bring her back. Bend her hocks. Tickle again. Tickle again. Yes.
Good girl.
Yes. Collect her again. Slide your legs back. Hug. Little tickle the whip. Tickle the whip. Bring her back. Shift her weight. Yes. Shift her weight. Shift her weight. Then walk. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good for you. That's all right. That's how it starts. You know what I mean? That it's like, it's a detail then that you get the full walk out of it. But the biggest thing is that you change your pelvis. That's what's hard about the Arabians because, I mean, the tail is the end of the spine and like they all carry it like up in the air because that's the shape of the way the pelvis by nature intrinsically wants to go. And so we have to make like this little hammock turn into a U, you know, like, or like an upside down rain, you know, it's got to be a rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, flip the hammock. Exactly. Turn the hammock into a rainbow. Right. Good. And again, halt and then rein back and take that to canter because it's really also like a physical experience that the horse needs to be like, your legs on my side. Whoa. Put my SI, my sacroiliac under my body, and my hind ankles go more under and up towards the bit. Good. Good. On the bit, on the bit, on the bit, on the bit. Canter. Yes. Good job. That was super behind. And now ask again. Slide your legs back and say, could I rein back you inside our canter? Rein back. Tickle on the top of the croup. Keep the canter. Yes. Sit. Good. Good. Change your hocks. Change her pelvis. Bring her back, bring her back, bring her back. Tickle on top. Good. Right shoulder back, right shoulder back. Good. Collector. Bend those hocks. Bend those hocks. Yes.
Good girl.
And then walk. Excellent.
Whoop.
That's okay.
Good
And
girl.
that's just, give her a long rein for a second.
Good girl.
And that's just like, without me teaching you, you have really good feel. Like you would have walked there. You know what I mean? Like that was just like, I can't tell you fast enough. You felt it. You were, you know, and it was like, and then walk.
And then it was a little.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the feeling that you want to keep. Like if you can get 3 steps, you can get 30 steps. And that's just slowly, you know, I've ridden quite a bit with Stefan too, and it's like one of the things I love about his teaching is like just expose her to it. Just ask her a question and let her make the right answer. Expose her to that. And it's like, oh, when is the right moment to, you know, go for collection? Today. Go for it today. Ask her, hey, can you really give me like 3rd, 4th level collection in that canter? Can I change the way you want to use your body? And that's every horse that does dressage because none of them are meant to do any of it. I mean, they do it, you know, it's like the whole thing of like, oh, he wakes up and he's born and he can like find change and do all this fancy stuff, you know, 3 hours old, you know, and it's like, yes, that's true. But by nature, they want to be 3/4 of their weight on the front legs.
Yeah. grazing in a paddock.
Exactly.
Or in a field.
Running
yeah.
away only when the bushes, rustle.
Or it's 3
Exactly. We always call it, like, they're always calorie conservers. Like, I need to not waste my energy prancing around because
Yeah.
I may need to run for my life and I just gotta be ready, So change direction, we'll do the same thing on that left side.
Right.
You both look really well balanced and coordinated to the right. And
Yes.
so that is a pretty straightforward way of riding it. And then, of course, when we go to the harder side, it's like, okay, now there's probably a couple other things that are going to happen. Like she might get more above the bit, or she might fall more down on the inside shoulder, or like something's going to happen because she's less coordinated this way and you're less coordinated this way too. So then it's like we just have to work on, we got to figure out what's happening and then how you can help her, bring it to the next level.
Yeah. Awesome.
The kind of start where you started with a little bit like halt, get in your hind legs, rein back into your hocks. Because she has a really soft way of using her body, which it kind of reminds me of summer, where it's like, I always say, like, what's a good horse? Like, what makes a good horse? And a good horse is also a horse like Domino, who's like not ridden well and always is in balance. Doesn't brace on either rein, just go, uninterrupted. They're kind to their own body. Like we've got, Dakota is not easy on his body. Like he is pounding different legs because he's got so much energy and so much buoyancy that it's like, you need to just be less, And what I love about her is she's really soft in the way she lands in her legs. Like she really sort of is, and it's a little bit being a mare too, like they just don't get like bombastic and they're like, blah, I'm trotting, and it's like running through, she's really pretty balanced. Good, make a 10-meter circle there and a little left shoulder back. Try to get her a little bit round here. Good, yep. Lift her up with your left calf. Feel like you can grab a hold of her rib cage and lift her up on that left side and give her a little left shoulder back, right shoulder back, left shoulder back. Good, so that you can like seat bone her onto the bit. Good, left shoulder back, right shoulder back, right shoulder back. There you go. Good, left leg, pick her up. Good. Yes, exactly.
Good girl.
Good. And now think a little bit again. I'm going to hug her with my legs. Can I shift her weight back for 3 steps? Just think like rein back. A little tickle with the whip. But bring her back. Bring her back around and bouncy canter. Good. Bring her back again. Rein back. Hug her with your legs. Bring her back. More back.
Whoop.
Shift her back. That's okay. And if she trots, I would just walk.
Okay.
And maybe rein back, or that's good. That's different. Hug her with your leg. Left shoulder back. Good. Hug her with your leg. Bring her back. Tickle with the whip. Bring her back. Bend her hocks. Bring her back. Farther back. More. Risk it. Who cares if she trots? Bring her back. Good. More. A little shorter your rein. Good. Prepare to walk. Collect. Walk. Bring her back. More than that. Yes. Good. Yeah.
Good girl.
That was really good.
Good.
And rein back again. That was a good downward. You've got very good feel that you really waited to the right moment.
All right. Let's not forget our rein back button.
No, she's like, no. She's like, no.
So I know where this goes now.
She's like, I did it. Why are we doing it? Good. Collector. Hug her. Bring her back. Hug her. Bring her back. Yes. Bring her back. How tiny of a canter can I make? Good. Left shoulder back. Keep your left seat bone quick and round. Good girl. Give her a left shoulder back, right shoulder back, left. Lift her up with your left calf. Good, because she's got it. Yep. Yes. Good.
Good girl.
Collector. Good. Again, to the walk. Doesn't matter. Good.
Good
Pet her.
girl.
Give her a little break for that.
Good.
Really good.
Woohoo.
This little unicorn. So good.
She was third highest score at that Arab show, where my mare was highest score with
Yes.
73.
Yep.
She was third highest score with 71.
She's just
Full days and 2 judges. There were a lot of scores.
There's a lot in that little horse.
I want to
She's
see how much she can do.
I know, like she's so responsive. Like you guys make such a nice, like I just like it just looks so harmonious and like on the same page with each other, which like I love that.
She's my little star bean.
I